What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I bought a full drive. As you can see over here, 2013 model Bt50. I thought I'd just bring you out to my old stomping grounds, Mundaring power lines. Basically grew up not far from here, so this was kind of the closest full drive section that we had, and have a little talk about this car, what's done to it, what I think about it so far. I've had it for about a month now, how I thought I actually basically killed the motor within a week of owning it, and yeah, give you a little test. I haven't brought any filming gear at all other than my phone, so I'll try and get a little bit of footage of the track up there, and yeah, see how we go. So this is a 2013 model Bt50, also basically the same as a Ford Ranger, apart from the front end. Mazda do their own thing. So this doesn't have much done to it, basically, other than a blacked out grille, 33-inch Nitto ridge grapplers, which are a really aggressive all-terrain. As you can see, got a really nice sidewall. I haven't really given the tyres a proper test yet, so I can't give a full review on them, but I mean, they look good, and from what I've heard from other people, they're a good tyre. Some Pro Comp wheels, some 17s on there, which look pretty nice and new, and windows tinted. It's been tuned by Monster Torque in Perth to about 165 horsepower, I believe. Inside is basically as you'd find from the factory. Pretty well looked after one owner car, which is one of the reasons I bought it. Nice SPC cover here, as you can see, and yeah, it did have a rooftop light bar with these bullseye mounts, but I'll explain in a second why that's gone. Anyway, I'm going to try to set the camera up here and give this bit of a rutted out section, very off cambered ruts, a bit of a crack. Done this before in patrols, which I've walked through it no worries. Being live axle, that's going to help a lot. Don't really know how this is going to go with the IFS, but see how we go setting the camera up, and we'll give it a go. Yeah, so as you can see from that, it actually went pretty well. At the start, you can see I just stopped on that first little bit. Had to chuck the diff lock in, which is factory on these, which is pretty great. Like, being a open rear center, you'd kind of expect it, because otherwise you'd be let down a lot. I used to have a PK Ranger, which was also an open center and didn't have a diff lock, and it let me down a lot, which is why I wasn't a big fan of the Ford Rangers, and I didn't really think I'd go this way. But the factory diff lock in this actually seems to hold up pretty well. So I'll just go for a bit more of a drive down here, see if we can find any other little sections. I've only come out here just after work one day to try and get a few bits of footage and see how we go. So yeah, there's a few reasons that I bought this car, and I never actually expected to buy myself a Bt50, but I'll let you know why. And basically, it's a one owner car. I'd already bought a car off this person in the past, which was a very funny coincidence, which I won't go into. But I knew what that person was like, and I got an idea that he was actually looked after the car. Motor actually seized when I pulled hoses up through a fuel line, on a fuel line on Christmas Day in 2018. And basically that was covered under warranty, so Mazda threw a brand new motor in the beginning of 2019. So this the car's done 171,000 Ks, so the motor's actually only done 70,000 kilometers, which the rest of the car has obviously done the same, but I think the motor being one of the biggest part of the car, and the fact that it's been regularly serviced, the fact that it's been regularly serviced and only has 70,000 on it was a big blind point from me. It has a few mods, but nothing too serious, and basically just enough that I can keep adding to it. Like I'd like to put a tray and a bar and lights and all that fun stuff on eventually. So yeah, the turbo whistle actually sounds like cop sirens. So if you're driving along and then you come to a bit of a hill and you put your foot down, you actually check your mirrors because you think there's cops just putting their sirens on behind you, which when you're on one demerit point, for those of you that don't know, in Australia we have demerit points. Basically when you run out of them you lose your license, and it's a bit scary sometimes because you just think that you're constantly getting chased by police. The second thing is the reason that I almost thought this car basically toasted the engine within a week of owning it. Doing an oil change on these cars, you have supposedly 10 minutes to drain the oil and fill it back up. Now, these have a split vane type oil pump, which apparently will run out of oil and not be able to self-prime themselves after too long of no lubrication. So obviously by draining the oil too much, the pump runs out and then can't self-prime, and you end up toasting your engine because you have no oil pressure when you go to start it again. Now, I did a full service on this just after I bought it because it was due, and I did everything as normal, as any home mechanic would. Just go through, do your oil filter, your oil, your air filter, your fuel filter, and so on. So after the service, I started it up, it was all fine. I went for a drive and I started to notice this high-pitched sound. And basically got a little bit worried because I thought I'd done something during the service. I did some research and found out the 10-minute oil change rule. Now, I started panicking a little bit, thinking, what have I done? Have I done something that caused low oil pressure and I've just toasted my new car? And upon further investigation, it ended up being the light bar on the roof. Now, I'd moved a plastic cover, bit of trim down near the windscreen that ran the cord up to the light bar, and the cord had actually come out and was catching wind somehow and causing this high-pitched whistle. So all my panic was for nothing, but it did scare me a lot. And I do think the 10-minute oil change idea, like I'm sure there's plenty of people out there, including myself, like mine took about 15 minutes, and people have said they've left them overnight before and haven't had a problem. But there is a chance that if you don't change it within that period of time, you will kill it. There is stories of a lot of apprentices at Ford and Mazda that went through basically what I did, except had a bad outcome and toasted the engine. So something to look out for if you own a Ford Ranger or a Mazda Bt50 with the 3.2 litre. They are sensitive like that, but other than that, they're awesome on fuel, and yeah, so far it's been a good car. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I did the best I could with a couple of sticks as a tripod and a mobile phone for a camera. And hopefully you'll see a few more Hopefully you'll see a few more videos of the Bt50. I do plan on going on some larger trips later on in the year, and some short weekend trips, like day trips here and there. So hopefully you'll see some more of it, and any mods that get done. Like I said, a tray, a bull bar, some lighting, 12 volt setup, all that kind of stuff is big plans in the future, but I think I'll wait and see that I keep the car first. If you enjoyed the video guys, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more four-wheel drive videos, and let us know what you drive, if you drive a four-wheel drive, what you think of it. I didn't plan on buying a Bt50, but so far I'm really happy with it, and I'd be interested to hear what other people have bought and what they think of it. Thanks for watching guys, take care.